What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Car Mechanics Simulator 21. Last episode, we finished up with our big job that we had going on with the story mode of this, and we are going to be jumping in and continuing where we left off. And we've got this lovely Camaro, which is definitely one of my favorite cars, definitely, and in real life. So I'm super excited to jump into this and see what we got going on with it. But good morning. Would you be able to help me? It's my first car. It may not be perfect, may not be the perfect car, but it's mine. I've always dreamed about one like this, so I've fully managed to save some cash, and I started looking immediately. It seems that I might have gotten a bit carried away. I heard that this car does not bode well. The salesman said that the brakes need to be repaired, but the rest is in perfect condition. This morning I heard a banging in the back, and it pulls to the right. I hope it's nothing serious. I'll borrow some cash if necessary, but I hope it's just the brakes. I can't wait to hit the road again. Please do a checkup and replace what you need. See you. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and hop into this and take this. But if you guys are enjoying the series, be sure to smash the like button, show it some love and support, and if you guys are new around here checking this out, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well so you guys don't miss out on any videos that we are posting here. But let's see here what we got. This thing's actually really pretty. It's in good shape. I've got an older, this same generation Trans Am that I've had for almost a decade at this point, which actually just blows my mind that it's been that long. I got it just out of high school. Literally a week after I graduated. I randomly found it for a very, very steal of a price, and it was too good to pass up, so I had to purchase it. And I was actually at the time I was looking for a car like this, either a Camaro or a Trans Am of this generation. So it literally was perfect timing with that. And like I said, just outside of high school, so that kind of gives you guys an idea of how old I am. But this thing, honestly, it looks like it's in really good shape. These interiors and stuff are usually pretty beat up and mangled on these cars. So it's kind of hard to find one in good condition, and luckily mine actually was in fairly good condition, other than the tiny bit of body damage, but the interior and stuff was like almost immaculate, which is really awesome. Like I said, they're hard to come by in good shape, especially with the interiors. Usually they just get beat up and mangled, but and they're also super expensive as far as the interiors to replace parts and stuff, because obviously they're not made anymore. They're from the 90s, at least of this generation, and even the cars themselves now are super pricey, and they're definitely worth a pretty penny if they're in good, especially in amazing shape. So, kind of cool, but especially to be checking this out in here. But yeah, so we're going to hop into it. Let's see, let's take a look at our car status and see what we got. So we got brake pads for sure, all the way around. So we're going to go ahead and start disassembling stuff. We got some stuff we have not discovered. We got to fix the front bumper as well, change the oil, and then we got to refill the washer fluid. So let's go ahead and hop into this. We may as well just knock this out right away, since this will not get drained if we pull anything apart anyways. But yeah, it's kind of the Trans Am was kind of like my first car to like really learn working on stuff, as far as like really digging into stuff. Like I've done quite a bit of work to it. Definitely been a lot of fun. I've had the engine out a couple times, had the transmission out quite a few times and all that fun stuff, and doing some actual engine work and everything on it's a lot of fun to do. And definitely, like I said, it's nice. It's been a nice learning curve and feature in my life to have that experience. But okay, we are going to, I guess, pull this thing up, put this thing up in the air, start actually doing some more maintenance of it. Actually, you know what I should really do is do our examination mode. This will help us find out some more stuff, and then we can run some tests as well. Kind of try to figure out what is going on with this. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys enjoying the series as much as you guys have been as well. I know it hasn't been like doing amazing on the channel like some of the series we've had in the past. But for a game that's 3-4 years old at this point, like I really appreciate all the love and support you guys have been showing to it. It's been absolutely amazing, and because I absolutely love playing, it's such another just fun, chill game to play. These are like definitely my favorite kinds of games. Just to sit back, you don't have to stress about anything. You can just chill back, hang out, play some games, and speak to you guys, and it's absolutely amazing. So thank you all very much for that. I really appreciate it. We got a new timing belt we're gonna need. So we're going to have to do a little bit of digging into the engine, which shouldn't be too bad. That's what we want to try to find as much of this as we can out. We'll probably take it to our little test track that we have access to as well. Try to find any suspension issues, especially he had said that there was a pull to the right, I believe, which we might have found that already on this, because we do have some bad suspension components in here. So that's probably from that. We also have some bad stuff right there. Let's go ahead and keep scanning this. On each of these sides, we got some bad wheel hubs and bearings. Stuff like that to replace, just various little stuff. That's one of the bad things with mine. Like, mine has actually quite a few miles, even though, like I said, it's actually in really good, pretty decent shape. I wouldn't say it's like the best shape. It's not definitely far from perfect, but for the amount of mileage it has, it's in great shape for that. But it's definitely it needs some serious love as far as the suspension stuff. All the bushings and stuff are all so worn out, and I've kind of focused too much on like the engine side of things and not so much on the important stuff as far as like suspension. And I did some brake upgrades, did a nice like a Brembo caliper setup and everything in the front to really try to get some more stopping power out of it, and that's helped quite a bit. But it definitely needs some love and attention as far as the suspension side of things, which I haven't wanted to do, but I definitely need to, and I'm actually excited to start doing that because it definitely needs it. And I actually took it when I was running the car down south this year. I took it through the Tail of the Dragon over in the Tennessee area, North Carolina border, and that was absolutely so much fun. And it really kind of put the car to the test of how bad the suspension is. But at the same time, it was just such a fun experience to do that, and I definitely want to go back with the car. And that's where I'm like, okay, I need to get the car up and running to where it needs to be as far as suspension-wise and everything. And really, I can actually really dig into it then and have some real fun with it. But we're going to hop in and do all of our tests. And we get a bad fuel rail as well. Yeah, that's just one of those things that it costs quite a bit of money for all the suspension stuff. It's like another like couple grand just for a proper setup that I want to do on it. So it's like, I got quite a bit with YouTube stuff, new computer, and all the other equipment that I need for YouTube that I want to do for upgrades for the channel and everything this year first, and that's definitely priority over car stuff at the very least. So. Definitely, like I said, very, very much needed for the other stuff, for this kind of stuff, for you guys to make and keep improving and making better content, because that's the main priority. The car stuff, I know I definitely would like to do, and I know I've talked about that in the past. I want to be able to show that to you guys as well. I think it'd be pretty fun, but like I said, that's going to be kind of later down the line, I think, when we start growing the channel even more. Oh, we got a bad camshaft. Okay. So we're going to have to do more tearing into this motor than I expected. Kind of everything is a little bit not in the greatest shape on this thing. It's probably seen some abuse. You know, a fun V8 stick car, manual car, gets a little bit beat on sometimes. I know like I said, take in mind to like the Tail of the Dragon and stuff. Definitely, you got to enjoy the car. You got to thrash it a little bit. Cars are meant to be driven, not just sit in the garage. It's kind of funny too, because they're called F bodies, is like the body code of these cars, and they're known to have bad power steering setups. And my power steering pump and everything has already been kind of on the edge of. I replaced it with a rebuilt one because you can't find like new ones anymore, because they're, like I said, from the 90s, so they're not really making new parts other than like aftermarket stuff. But I replaced it with a rebuilt one, and it ended up. It's lasted me for a good amount of time. I basically replaced the whole steering rack, all the lines, and the pump. Trying to, because I've always struggled with this car with having issues with that. And unfortunately, I think I kind of fried the pump the rest of the way at the Tail of the Dragon. So I kind of need to figure out a solution for that and not just have another replacement remanufactured pump. Luckily, there's a guy out there that makes an adapter kit to remount a Corvette style pump in here, which are actually stronger and last longer. So I think that's something I'm going to be doing, but that's going to be another like $500 for that kind of thing. So again, that's going to be, oh, engine can't be started. Okay, so we can't take it there. But again, that'll be something that'll be later down the line with the car when I start digging in and doing more things on it. And like I said, probably sharing that with you guys as well. So that'll be, I think, a lot of fun for that. Actually, you know what I'm going to do here? Since I need to change the oil, I'm going to do all of the fluids. I'm going to drain everything. Oil looks actually pretty good. So we're going to move that back to its home. I want to see if the oil filter is in good shape. Yeah, that looks like in pretty rough shape. So that's probably something else that we need to replace. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, like I said, I've said in the past, I'm definitely such a big car guy. I enjoy anything cars and just talking about them and everything, and definitely get carried away with it sometimes. But it's such an enjoyable hobby to do. Well, we don't necessarily need to be changing this stuff, but obviously the coolant we're going to probably have to dig into anyways, and the power steering we may end up having to drain, so I'd rather just drain it and have it and be good with it. But yeah, it's definitely it's an expensive hobby to have though. So not not something that everyone can just hop in and do. And unfortunately, I don't have the funds to be able to do it to the fullest. Like I would love to get into more like track stuff, like drag racing stuff, like even with my Trans Am. Stuff like that would be, I think, a lot of fun to do. Yeah, so oil filter was definitely another thing. We've got, what, 6 more things we got to discover. So let's go ahead. We got to pull off all the wheels anyways. Let's just go ahead and get these pulled off right away. I know we've got some upgrade points I think that we could use, which I really would like to... I want to start getting the parts repair, which we need some money for that first, though, to get the shop upgraded. And then we've got, I think, the wheel bearings that I need to replace on this. What? Wait, actually, I'm thinking about this. Do I have... Okay, good. I've got nothing in my inventory. We're starting clean on this. Let's just go ahead and pull off all of these right away, just to make sure that we're all good on these. Okay. I'm going to pull out these bushings too, because I don't know how the condition of these... Yeah, those are... That's probably where our remainder of our problems are, is going to be in the bushings. So maybe I won't pull off the brakes all fully. I don't know. Well, we will see here. Let me get this guy out. Yeah, it's definitely going to be all the bushings. At least up front. I don't know about the back. The back probably has some issues. Well, I guess maybe that... I guess that one wasn't as bad. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I see some bad parts already right there, I'm pretty sure. So we're definitely going to be pulling this hub off, which I don't know if that was already found. That might have been. Let's go ahead and pull this off, and then we can pull our... Oh, we got to pull our wheel bearing out first. There we go. Now we can get the hub out. Yeah, this thing's at 14%. Not in the best shape, to say the least. We're going to go ahead and pull the rear apart. Yeah, I think I talked about this at the end of the last episode, but this car, I went through and literally redid the entire car in my own playthrough, or my own, like, save of this, and I ended up going broke because of it. So, because since, like, having the Trans Am, I wanted to just, like, fully build this thing back to its former glory, and I ended up kind of screwing myself by doing way too much on it, and way overspending on it, and lost a bunch of money, because you don't get your money back out of it. Which is usually car stuff, but when you're a mechanic, you should be getting your money back out of what you're putting in for the repairs. I feel like I remember having to replace a wheel on this, but I think it seems like they're okay. So I'm not sure on that. Yeah, we're going to have to pull apart like all this rear suspension basically down to pretty much the diff. We'll probably be about the only thing we don't pull out of this thing. We're going to pull this guy out. We're going to get our back plates off. And then we're going to get our bushings out here. Just trying to basically find out what else we are missing out of those couple items that we weren't sure on yet with the parts. Which is why I usually like taking things to like the test track as well, because then we can figure out what we're missing. But that's all right. We'll get these figured out regardless, one way or another. Might just take a little bit extra work. Nothing we can't handle, though. Got the, like, spring perches there. Get these all pulled out. Start doing these. Then we're going to get the leaf spring U-bolts pulled out right away. That one looks like it's good. Although I got to look to see what percentage we have to be above for this. So I know that always screws me over. We replace something and then ended up having to replace the other one because it's under that percentage, that threshold that's needed. Okay. Let's see. Can I get over here, please? The movement of this game sometimes is a little bit funky, but it's definitely not the end of the world. How are we doing on our fuel pump as well? I forgot about that. Yeah, that's at 76, so we're good on that. Our fuel tank is unknown, but it looks like it's in fairly good shape. Let's see where we're at. Oh, we have everything but one. Okay. So we got some, basically just the rubber bushings. So I guess Which, what do we need to be at? 77%. Which, we got a bunch of stuff, I think, here that's like right around that condition, of course. Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff, which I think we're a little bit a ways from getting that upgrade of repairing our tables, or repairing parts. Yeah, the workbench, so we need the... This is actually fairly cheap. It's just the garage expansion. That's 10,000. That's the problem right there. And then once we get that, we can start doing... where is it? No, that's just fast hands. Yeah, here we go. So this is what we need. We need this. So we need 6, 11, 15, 18, 20, and 21 skill points, which I know as we keep leveling up, we get more skill points per level. So that's good anyways. But yeah, it's going to be a bit before we can get that, unfortunately, the full level of that. But that helps tremendously to be able to fix parts for us, so we're not having to constantly... Actually, I want to go back up with this. So we're not constantly trying to... or we're not constantly repurchasing new parts, and we don't need to be. Okay, I think we're going to start just tearing into the engine on this now, since we're going to have to anyways. We already got all the fluids drained, so we're good with that, but we know we need to replace a camshaft and a timing belt at the very least. Yeah, where is our... Yeah, we're replacing this camshaft here. So we're going to pull off this engine head cover. Which, what are we... Oh, the coils. It's hard to see them when they are red, and then the part is being highlighted red. Or actually, no, the valve covers are just red. Okay, let's pull out all these spark plugs as well. We're going to have to pull them all out anyways. Let's go ahead and remove all of these. That's one thing that is not correct with this too, is this engine in here, the intake looks about accurate to an LS motor that would be in one of these cars if it's the newer LS, I guess, update rather than the LT. But these motors are freaking massive in this game. There's 4 cams when in reality an LS only has one single cam in the center that runs through the inside of the back, or to the back of the motor from the front underneath, right down basically in here, like that. But like I said, that's one thing that's not very accurate with this. But we need to pull apart all of this stuff here to get at this cam, which kind of sucks. Like I said, in reality, it's not really like that in real life. Yeah, we got to pull off all these rollers. So like I said, in reality, there's like you have one tensioner, and you have one like idler roller on a real LS belt setup. And that's just the rest of your, obviously, your accessories. Power steering pump, your alternator, AC compressor, things like that. So yeah, we gotta pull off all of these rollers and everything. It's a lot for this. And it's, like I said, not a reality in real life, but that's alright. I know this game's not like 100% accurate, but it gets you close, at least, which is pretty cool. I think we're gonna have to pull apart the other side, honestly, which kind of sucks. Yeah, we gotta pull off the water pump here. And then, yeah, we're gonna have to pull off our crankshaft pulley, and then I see the other side's gonna have to come apart on this. So that kind of stinks. But it is what it is. That's alright. Let's get all of these pulled out. We'll get the plugs pulled out. Get this side pulled apart. Oh, we just leveled up. Sweet. Yeah, hopefully, maybe after this one, we can actually purchase the garage expansion. Like I've said, though, in the past, too, we gotta be careful because we can't overspend in this game because there's no loans or anything to save us if we go broke. Besides just, like, little side jobs, which, at that point, you have to have money to be able to purchase parts, so, to do those side jobs. Unless you have other parts to sell. Which sometimes is not the case, so... If you guys are playing along with this at all, like I said, that's definitely something I can't stress enough because I've seen so many people posting about this in forums and everything on Reddit and everything that you will be screwed if you go broke. So you do not want to do that. Okay, let's get these. Looks like it's only 4 bolts for this, and I think if I remember right, there's like another... Oh, maybe not. Yeah, see, in this, there's 4 cams, and in reality, on a real LS motor, there's just 1 cam, like right here, with 1 timing chain. And it's so simple. That's one of the big pros to an LS over like a Ford, like Coyote motor, or something like that. It's just not, it's not as much. which I'm going to pull all these camshafts out because since there's one that is bad and well known that's bad, we have to make sure that we're above that percentage. Otherwise, we're going to end up putting this all back together and have to replace one. Yeah, see, these are like all going to have to get replaced. They're all like 70% for that. So I know we need a fuel rail as well, which we're going to have to check this one right away too. Yeah, see, that's at 72%, so that's going to have to get replaced as well. This thing always throws me off down here. I see the rust, and I think that it's a bad part then. Let's see here. I do see a rusted bolt there, but the starter itself looks fine. I think we still have this one last thing. Yeah, we have not found one part on this. I really hope that it's not in the engine itself, like with the crank, something like that. But I think I'm gonna have to check that real quick. Honestly, I should just pull off the oil pan. We're already so close. We've already got the oil drained. That's one thing that's also definitely not accurate. These F-bodies, you do not have a ton of space to work with. As far as all your, especially like pulling off your oil pan, you cannot pull off an oil pan without either dropping your front subframe or lifting up the motor at all. It's an absolute nightmare. And I do not recommend it to anybody. Especially changing spark plugs too. If any of you guys have been watching this, know what that's like. It is, on these cars, it is not fun at all. I do not wish that upon anyone to have to deal with. That's one of the reasons why I ditched the stock exhaust manifolds and went to some tubular headers. Because it will make a big night and day difference for that. I'm not seeing anything here. Because yeah, on an LS motor, because it's not a dual overhead cam like this, spark plugs are down inside, like not inside, but like in between the logs of the manifold, and they are just an absolute nightmare with having so little room to get to everything within the engine bay. It's, like I said, just an absolute nightmare. I need to see, we have no connecting rods or anything, so that's good. Just trying to see, I don't know what the last thing is here. I don't remember. Oh, you know what? I think there's a bad air filter. I think if I remember right, that's what it is. I think I searched so long and hard on this the first time to find this. Maybe not. Okay. It's not that then. I do see... it's just a rusted bolt. Do we have any bad bushings? I should really just pull this apart. Because obviously that's been an issue, is all the bushings on this thing, so I'm going to have to replace them anyways. Let's go ahead and just pull this all apart. Just make our lives easier. I think that was it right there. Well, let's give this a try here real quick. Yeah, I think that might have been it. Which, if that's the case, then we have everything found that we're going to need to. We can start ordering parts and getting this bad boy actually all sorted. Yeah, it was. Let's go. Okay, so that last thing was rubber bushing for that. So that is awesome. But, yeah, we got a bunch of parts now that we're going to have to start going through and replacing a bunch of stuff. Like I said, we need to make sure we're above that 77%, unfortunately. So that's going to be a little bit tricky again, as always, especially with... That's one nice thing with getting the parts repair thing, is we can just repair a bunch of parts and actually not have to waste money on buying new parts for all these. But, so yeah, I think that's going to be a good point to wrap up this episode here, guys. We're already running a bit longer than I wanted to with this. Like I said, I don't have a ton of time today to be recording. I got a bunch of stuff to get recorded today. So thank you all very much for watching, and hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to smash that like button if you guys did. And also, if you guys are new around here checking this out, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on any videos. But we're going to come back in the next episode. I may end up going through and ordering parts before the start of the next episode. We'll see. But we'll go ahead and get some new parts and everything and start reassembling this thing and get it all back together and get it on its way on the road where she belongs. But thank you all very much. I hope to see you all in the next one, and peace out.